2012. Other big names, of course, in Spain have been caught up in the tax scandals, including most recently Cristiano Ronaldo, who played for Mourinho at Real Madrid. That player is accused of defrauding tax authorities of 14.7 million euros and also hiding his income from his image rights. Mourinho, who is now embroiled in this tax issue, was accused of defrauding Spain of 1.6 million euros in 2011 and 1.7 million euros in 2012. Barcelona defender Javier Mascherano has also been caught up in the tax fraud issue, escaping a jail term with a one-year suspended sentence. Speaking of Ronaldo and the tax issues in Spain, he's been summoned for a July 31st tax hearing. Ronaldo has been accused of evading authorities with that 14.7 million in taxes. He's been summoned to appear before a judge in Spain, as told to AFP on Tuesday. He's facing 4 charges of fraud through offshore companies between 2011 and 2014. The hearing will take place 9 o'clock GMT on July 31st at the Pozuelo de Alarcón in the suburbs of Madrid, according to the Spanish press. Prosecutors accuse Ronaldo, who's the highest paid athlete in the world, according to Forbes, of evading taxes through 2 companies in the British Virgin Islands and Ireland. He has said, Ronaldo, that his conscience is clear regarding the taxes, and he's threatening to leave Real Madrid over the issues. A funeral for Ivorian star Cheikh Tiote was held in Abidjan this week. The Ivorian player died in China earlier this month quite suddenly. Former Newcastle United midfielder honored with a military funeral and a host of dignitaries and players in attendance. He won more than 50 caps for the Ivory Coast and was part of the team that won the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. I played 6 years with him in the national team, and I played against him with Chelsea when he was at Newcastle. So we had a good relationship, and I couldn't miss his funeral for anything in the world, said Didier Drogba. England-based striker Wilfried Bony recalled how Tiote had been a mentor for him when he first started playing for the Elephants. From the beginning, when I joined the team in 2010, he was one of the first players who came and talked to me about how it was to be here, my attitude, how to train, how I needed to react to other players. Ivorian Prime Minister Amadou Gon Coulibaly was joined by Ivorian Sports Minister Albert Amichia and the president of the Ivorian Football Federation, Augustin Sidi Diallo, at the funeral in Abidjan as the country paid its respects to its former international. Transfer gossip. Always fun this time of year. Lukaku, Dembele, Giroud, Baka, Callas, all caught up in transfer rumors. West Ham United will target Olivier Giroud, the Arsenal forward, if the Gunners sign any new strikers to challenge for his position with the team. Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho does not want his compatriot Baka in Manchester United, as he feels the player is in decline. Manchester United will offer £183 million plus for their 26-year-old keeper David De Gea in exchange for Ronaldo and Spain striker Alvaro Morata. That's an interesting rumor related to Ronaldo's desire to get out of Madrid after the tax issues that have sprung up recently. Manchester United forward Wayne Rooney is attracting interest from clubs in Italy, Spain, Turkey, and the United States, as well as China, but the 31-year-old England captain could stay at Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Real Madrid said it would take £350 million to get Cristiano Ronaldo to leave the club, which they expect will deter both PSG and Manchester United, who will not want to pay such an astronomical sum. Premier League champions Chelsea could kill Manchester United's move for Real Madrid forward Alvaro Morata with a £70 million bid of their own for the 24-year-old. And Tottenham could move for Manchester United defender Chris Smalling, as Mauricio Pochettino is looking for cover at centre-back. Liverpool's deal for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, let me try that again, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, is dead per reports. There is no hope of a deal coming back for the Borussia Dortmund striker. Last week, claims from La Parisienne said the Reds were ready to pay Dortmund 70 million euros for the 27-year-old Gabonese international. The Times has claimed that this story is nonsense. Liverpool, meanwhile, should confirm the signing of Roma's Mohamed Salah for £35 million plus. He will undergo a medical tomorrow in Liverpool and finalize that transfer, per reports. Let's step aside. This is a Tuesday edition of the Football 15 on Compass Football. Stay there. That was 7:23. What was the 1 minute? You were giving me like an okay. All right. Cool. I was not clean, but I think it was smooth. I think it was looser, which I think is good, right?
Yeah, it's getting way better. It doesn't feel as like you're reading anymore. But for some reason, the recording went off. I started broadcasting.
We're definitely not out of space, right? That's not the issue.
I don't know why.
Okay.
See why that happened.
All right. Well, let's do the last.
This time it's working, but sometimes it dropped the last time.
Okay. So you'll have to go to YouTube and grab it.
Okay. The film and whatever.
All right.
So we're good.
All right. So if that's 7:23, then I can only do about a little bit less than 7 minutes before I gotta get out, in order to keep it to 15. I mean, we can keep the break short, like maybe 30 seconds, but okay. All right. Here we go. Back on Football 15 for Tuesday, June 20th, 2017. Let's go back to transfer news. Antonio Conte has a new £9.5 million contract with Chelsea and is looking to add to the ranks of the club. Chelsea director Marina Granovskaya appears to have mended a temporary rift with Conte on Sunday after she addressed issues of transfers and the new contract. Conte will become the 7th highest paid manager in the world with that deal and the 3rd highest paid in England after verbally agreeing to new terms after a championship. Chelsea remain confident in completing deals for Everton striker Romelu Lukaku, AS Monaco's Timio Bakayoko, and Manchester City's Willy Caballero, and they have convinced their manager that negotiations are being handled correctly despite slow progress. City, Arsenal, and Manchester United have all secured major transfers before the window officially opens on July 1st, which has led to some irritation among the Chelsea fan base as their rivals move faster in the market. 47-year-old Conte currently on vacation in Italy and is close to securing a new home close to Chelsea's training ground ahead of his wife and daughter's move to London to join him there. He'll be back with Chelsea as they begin preseason on July 7th and is expected to take part in some low-profile friendlies in England ahead of a tour of the Far East to face the likes of Arsenal, Bayern Munich, and Inter Milan. Korea have sacked Uli Styliki. Styliki sacked after a 3-2 defeat by Qatar after the German took over the Korea Republic following Brazil 2014. They're in a battle with Uzbekistan for an automatic qualifying spot in Asia. The Korea Football Association have announced that he has been terminated due to that loss against the Qataris, perennial World Cup participants out of Asia. South Korea's Russia 2018 qualifying campaign has been far from convincing, as they have lost 3 matches from 8 in a tussle with Uzbekistan for that last automatic qualification spot in Group A. A third-place finish would present a much more difficult route for South Korea. A 2-legged playoff against the third-place team in Asia's Group B would be required, with the winner then advancing to an intercontinental playoff against the team from CONCACAF in another home and away series. Styliki's tenure started very brightly with South Korea, highlighted by a run to the 2015 Asian Cup final without conceding a goal, where they were eventually defeated by host Australia in extra time. When the Confederation Cup continues on this week, the television viewers will see a message called "Bring Someone Special" on their screens on the LED boards. Throughout the tournament, FIFA will be looking for football fans to tell why someone special to them should win an amazing fan experience next summer. Entries will close at midnight on July 2nd, the day of the Confederations Cup final in Russia. Tottenham's N'Koudou commits an unforgivable Chelsea crime. Tottenham's N'Koudou commits an unforgettable crime that was sharing a photo on Tuesday, spotted wearing a Chelsea top. Tottenham fans unmoved by this decision by N'Koudou to take a photo in a Chelsea top. 12 months ago, he moved from Marseille to Spurs, an £11 million deal. However, he struggled to get into the first 11 at Tottenham. 22-year-old made only 8 Premier League appearances last season, and all of them as a substitute. He was posing for a selfie with a fan and has now caused the ire of those Tottenham faithful. Real Madrid not thinking about selling Cristiano Ronaldo. Again, coming back to the story that Ronaldo wants out of Real Madrid after tax charges brought up against him in Spain. Spain's prosecutor in Madrid filed a tax fraud lawsuit against the Portuguese forward last week. But the newly elected Real Madrid president, Florentino Perez, newly re-elected that is, has described the entire situation as very strange. I have not spoken with him since Cardiff. All this is very strange, said Perez. Nor I or anyone at Madrid is contemplating that Cristiano could leave the club. We are very relaxed about this. I have not spoken to anyone. Perez was re-elected as president of Real Madrid last Monday. He expects to hold talks with Ronaldo soon after the Confederations Cup tournament closes on July 2nd. Perez said Real Madrid have not made any offers for Kylian Mbappe in the transfer market, as well as the Monaco striker and the Spanish club have been talking since he was about 14. Luzhniki Stadium will be one of the venues at the 2018 World Cup in Russia, and it is ready ahead of schedule. The Luzhniki Stadium, the venue for the final of the World Cup in 2018, is ready ahead of schedule and will stage its first fixture ahead of the tournament next year. The head of the local organizing committee in Moscow has told ESPN FC that the stadium, which hosted the 2008 Champions League final between Manchester United and Chelsea, closed its doors in 2013 to undergo a $700 million reconstruction. The 81,000-seat capacity venue is not being used for the Confederations Cup, which is currently being staged in four cities in Russia. It is a FIFA requirement that 3 test events happen before the World Cup. We expect the first game to take place in November, said Svetlana Bajarova, the Moscow local organizing committee manager. Spartak Moscow's Otokriti Arena, which opened in 2014, is staging 4 Confederation Cup games, including Russia's clash with Portugal on Wednesday. That's it. That's all the news you need to know on a Tuesday. Thank you very much for watching Football 15 here on Compass Football. I'm Jason Davis, and I'll see you tomorrow. Seriously? Why did it shut off? Because we had it up for that long?
I guess. I don't know.
What?